I am on air. Well, hola todo el mundo, and hello, salutations. I am like once again waiting for my sound check because I am 100% professional. Never say that I am not. So 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, there, done. Anyway, woo! What a catch up do we have to do because I skipped last week because I wasn't feeling well. I decided to wait till this week to combine the two like together. So, well, now last week's episode was amazing. I even have notes like on it, like how amazing it was in story wise. It basically dealt with his mother's story at least the mystery. So remember in the other episode, they were in Italy. They found out his father was lying about the boyfriend that the mother was with forever, and then it it just stopped for a while, and then all of a sudden, this like whoop. Sorry, I decided to not mute myself. So so you heard me speak. Anyway, and then it picked up again with the brother wanting to know, and they go and search, and then there's this like these like crossroads. We know that she went to, well, at least they were told that she went to Chile, but she never made it to Chile when he was doing Viña del Mar. So they went to the last person who had the brother, the little one, the littlest brother, for a while. She had him for a long while, and then she gave it to the paternal grandmother, and that one, that the one who had the boy for a while before she gave it to the paternal grandmother said, I keep trying to, but I forget that it's mirrored, so you can't. Okay. So the um the lady said let's go to the paternal grandmother because that was the first stop. I'm going all whack and out of order, but the paternal grandmother, he's visiting his littlest brother with his other brother, and he finds a plate from Italy, and that's the place where incidentally, the postcard came from that famous postcard that came from to his birthday that said, "I forgive you for whatever," and then we find out, oh, that postcard was sent by his grandmother on bequest by his father, so he can stop talking about his mother and stop asking questions. So you have to ask yourself, oh, that's interesting. The plot thickens. And the lady is remorseful and says, then you have to go to, I think Carmela is the name of the lady who had the baby for a while and then gave it on to her. So they go down to Carmela's house. And there they find out a very interesting clue. The father was there, even though he said he wasn't. And the mother was there too. And she and there's where it get muddled. They're both there, and then they go out, and then he comes back, but mother doesn't. What conclusion can you have from that, right? And that was the big part of that episode. There was also the financial problems that the father did. he's trying to manipulate his son to go back to him by putting him in financial debt, taking the money away so he can pay the financial debt, and so he can be atado to him. Um, well, this all culminated in the end of that episode by they're in his house, and his father is all like, "Yo, let's have fun. Let's go and have this fun over here. Why don't you just have fun?" And Luis is all like, "No, you're crazy. Where's the money?" And he only gave him like probably half of what he was supposed to give him. And I think because it was 20 millones de pesos, I'm guessing not dollars. This is Mexico. He only gave him 10, which gives him nothing. Absolutely nothing. And because he needs all of it or he's going to go to jail. So there's this big explosive argument. Well, you're the one who sent the damn postcard forcing my grandma to do it. Where is my mother? And then Luisito Rey says, no, she left. Bullshit. She didn't leave. You lied. Sorry, this is like my hair isn't behaving. Might as well just let it loose. And bullshit. You lied. You lied about where she was and what she did and whatever the hell. So fuck you. And get out of my life. I don't want to ever see you again. And then they argue for like technically the custody of the boy, his brother, and he just takes the little brother with him. Not the littlest one. The littlest one, for some weird, a fucked up reason, he's always pushed out of both at least Miguel's life and the man's life. He didn't pick up his son. He leaves it at his mother's house. Isn't that the strangest fucked up thing you've ever seen in your life? So there, it ended there, and then we pick up from there to this week's episode. This week's episode starts off with him in the show, the Veronica Castro that she had in the 80s, with a very 80s hairdo. And he was already on the show before. There was this like fake out moment with him, and with him thinking that his mother was calling, but it was someone else, either Lucero or somebody else who was in a show, in a movie with him. I don't remember which one it was. Pardon me. And then it was his brother, and it's been 3 months, and his hairstyle has changed. He cut it shorter, and he has a different hair, and he hasn't talked to his brother in 3 months, and he's been doing a lot of tours so he can fucking pay the debt. And well, his brother's kind of mad at it. Was a really awkward phone call. His brother's mad at him that he hasn't been talking to him, that he didn't say anything to him. He didn't bother to help him find mother, because Luis is kind of numb and doesn't, because he's afraid. Basically, if he goes finds his mother, he might find out the truth, whatever the truth is. In this episode, they kind of plant that he's scared of finding out that his mother is with another family, but we know that that's not the case. At least that's, I don't know if that's how they're gonna end it, so they don't have to talk about the actual thing, but we know that not the case, that the case is much worse than her living with another family. It's way worse. And we flash back to him as a adolescent. They changed the cute little boy actor with an awkward teen, or preteen. I think he's a teen. because his voice is changing. And this is a very uncomfortable part. But his voice is changing, and his father, instead of letting him rest for a year, uh, like the voice doctor says, no, he doesn't, and he has a brilliant plan to make his voice change normal again. I mean, this has been documented that this happened to him, but I think that it happened to him with famous people. At least I know Lucia Mendez has said that she slept with him when he was underage. Ew. Um, and some other women, but he brought a prostitute up so it could fix his voice. It's disgusting. It's really fucking disgusting. He's a child, and that made me. It wasn't shown 100%. It was must have been weird for the kid actors. Like he must have been like the director must have been like, all right, let her lie down, and the kid must have been like, eh. Just let her be on top of you. A prostitute in the fucking 80s. Like, that was Russian roulette with your life with the AIDS epidemic happening, wasn't it? Like, holy shit. Poor kid. So, there's also like this thing in between that Marcela is giving birth to her third child, the little one, who has apparently he was born preemie, and from the stress, sorry, my phone's making noises, from the stress of him leaving her all alone, and basically she knows that he's cheating on her because the tutor that he got his son was a very young tutor. Like, come on. I was wondering if the tutor he was gonna use the tutor for the son, because I had a feeling that that's where he was gonna go with. But no. But still, holy shit. And there was this creepy moment when he presented the prostitute to the kid. His uncle was just staring like he wanted to see his nephew get borked. The fuck? It's just not. No. No. Well, in this, like, there's like other parts to the episode. He's everybody who knows Lisa Miguel knows that he always goes to Aspen. He chills there yearly. I'm gonna people are just gonna be like, why the fuck do you keep fucking with your hair? Cause it's misbehaving. It's misbehaving terribly. Anyway. Let's see if it stays up. And I guess the origins of him always going to Aspen's has to do with this fateful trip, maybe. If anybody knows that he's, if you know who he is, and you like Luis Miguel, you also have to know who Jaime Camil is, because he's also famous in Mexico. He's a famous actor. He sings to his father's like an old rich billionaire, I think. Well, his father is like he was very close with Luis Miguel, and he treated him like a son. And if you know Jaime and you know Luis, then you must know that Jaime has a sister called Isabella Camille. Well, and if you know all this and you know who that is, you also know who Talia is. I'm going somewhere with this. The person who's playing Isabella, or at least the stand-in for Isabella, because they're not going to use names, is Camila Sodi, which is the niece of Talia, the Talia. Um, it was interesting. Camila Sodi always plays one character, and that one character is spoiled brat. She's in her 30s, I think. She has to be in her 30s. If not, she's in her late 20s. And she still acts like a spoiled brat. And they're still giving her roles as like teen or late teen to early 20s. It's weird. But they're they're doing like this, like they're attracted to each other but they hate each other, kind of like they're supposedly not really cousins, but they're cousins in the sense that the families know each other. So they're having these arguments. Luis is avoiding his brother because he doesn't want to talk about the mother subject. He doesn't want to deal with the issue. He doesn't want to look for her because he doesn't want the answer. Sometimes the answer to a question is pretty bad. And yeah. So yeah, the so it ends with his brother leaving him after his brother is told by the Camin's father, because I don't know the guy's name. He's in the novellas that Camin is in. He's the weird dude with the weird face in the novellas, if you've seen them. Um, he just tells his brother, well, he's not dealing with it because he has a lot of problems. He could go to jail, blah, blah, blah. And so his brother just decides to give him space and go back to Mexico. And then, I'll get to that because I hate this character. I think everybody hates this character. You're supposed to not like him. He's a villain. But I'll get to him later. So basically, he leaves. He doesn't broach the subject anymore. And then, da da da, the father calls. Before the father calls, Gamir's father says he'll pay the debt, so he doesn't have to worry about that anymore, and he can relax. And this man can pay the debt. This man is super rich. So he does, and then the father calls him because during this whole episode, the father is opening a new record company, and he wants to get people to sign up for his company. And I'm so sorry, I'm yawning a lot. He wants them to sign, and people come, and he has this little girl and a mother. I started to get scared for the mother because he keeps trying to ply her with alcohol, and nothing ends well with a creepy guy and a woman alone, and the guy plying her with alcohol. Luckily, nothing happened, but he and the only way he can get people interested into signing up with him is saying that his son will be there or in the opening day, and he'll be part of the record company. So he calls his son in the end of the episode all sheepish, like, "Hey, you wanna show up to the party with me?" And his son's like, "Fucking crazy," and and he just goes fucking ape shit after that because he doesn't get his way, and then he threatens to take his brother, like not let him see him ever, away, and then he says, and then he hung up, and then he goes to the party. He didn't show up, and then he's left with egg on his face. The news wants to report why his, like, where's the son you promised he would be here, but he wasn't. And then the lady who had a daughter that was singing the weirdest song for a child to be singing. So many euphemisms about sex. Told him to fuck off because he lied, and everything came crashing down. He started yelling at the reporters, and that's who he is. He acts cool and everything when he can manipulate the situation. But when he can't, he just explodes at people. I don't even know how that man got anywhere, just by sheer luck, I guess. Um, and I think that's where it ends. He gets all fucked, and yeah, it ends that way. He gets fucked. They always shelve the mother situation after they give us a revelation, and overall, it was a pretty interesting episode. Um, I'm interested, like, what going forward. Obviously, I'm interested in the mother thing. I'm also interested, like, since there's going to be a second season, where are they going to end the season off? Are they going to end it off where they began it, where he receives the news that his father is dead, and that's where they're going to end it? And then, if there's second season, will it go all the way up to him now? If that's the case, okay. I guess they're gonna have to change Boneta. Yeah. They're gonna have to change the actor. And there's another question: is 1989 currently in the storyline, in the main storyline? This is the year his daughter was born, so there hasn't been a mention of him sleeping with Stephanie Salas or being near a Stephanie Salas or anything of that sort. So how is they going to, unless, well, there was that, like, the last year that he did have a relationship with her, but they haven't mentioned it yet, and I'm curious when are they going to mention it, because that is a very important point in Luis Miguel's life, that he has a daughter that he denies for so many years. But next week, the next episode, watch it. This week's episode was great. Watch it if you can't. They give it on the website in pieces, but you can fairly like get it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I pretty much enjoy this whole season, this whole like thing. It's interesting. It's good. I like it. Um, it also explained. It's a joke that my mother and I have about Luis Miguel's singing style, that he pushes when he sings. It could be that his father overworked him, and it causes him not to be able to push the final note out. It could be that, or it could be just a technique that he um, badly learned. But I found it funny. Anyway, I leave you with that. See you next week. Hopefully, I don't skip next week, because I'm pretty sure next week's episode is going to be amazing, story wise. Because we've reached adolescence. This is where I think the mother goes missing. So this is the best parts. Like, obviously. Sorry, I'm whispering. It's late at night. And I don't want to cause issues. So I'll see you guys later. See you next week. Thank you. Join me in the same bat time, same bat channel. I'm not a dork.